What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we're going to be doing a showcase on Prince Kymar and the ways that I've been utilizing him to take down so much content in Raid is unreal. And I actually think that he's probably my most used champion in the game. And that's for the simple reason being, we have got that reset skill that's going to come in right now against the Phantom Shogun's Grove. And I use this for the Doom Tower, dungeons, faction wars, the Shogun's Grove like we're using now. Like, you name it, Prince Kymar's got a way to be put into those teams to make it super efficient. And the reason why I actually wanted to make this video now is, we just came off the back of a, not guaranteed event, but a top placement reward from the Champion Chase. And many players out there might have got their hands on a Prince Kymar and might be interested in the ways that I've been utilizing him for my account. Now, I will say, depending on the type of player, the kind of places you will be using him, and also if you have multiples, there's definitely many ways that you can build him. I have seen high resistance ones with like immunity gear, or untouchable with high resistance, and, you know, trying to counter those warlords in an instance. Like, there is many ways where you could use him, but the ways that I have is going to be a high accuracy build, and, you know, just fingers crossed that polymorph doesn't come and attack me. So let's get out of the Shogun's Grove for now. This is kind of like area number 1, I guess. We can choose this. And also, before we get to this video as well, I just wanted to show you guys something. So we've got a bit of a mystery going on in the community at the moment, where a bunch of content creators was reached out to, including myself, with like different pictures, which looks like accessory or dungeon pieces in a sense, for something that we've got absolutely no clue about. And this was the picture that was sent to me. If you guys head over to Hellhades channel, myself, Hades, Nub Raids, and Odd One Gaming was kind of theory crafting what we feel, trying to basically fit the puzzle to this clue, like Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine, right? So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys head over to Hades channel. But also, just let me know what you think this is from first glance in the comment section below. All my takes are on the Hades channel anyway. So alright, straight back into Prince Kymar. Let's go into it. So 3, 2, 1, recently used. Thank you for that feature, and boom. Now, I'm actually got the luxury of having a Yumiko, so my build has actually changed a little bit since I first pulled him. Whereas before, he was like my fastest champion, going first and, you know, just pumping out that reset for me. But because I've got the Yumiko in the team now, I've kind of put some of my best gear on her. Because I just prefer her in the ways that she's utilizing some areas like Dragon Hard and just PvP battles. I find it very useful. But basically, what it all comes down to is the Seal of Magic, where it resets the cooldowns of all ally skills and fills the turn meters of all allies except this champion by 20%. Which is just phenomenal, right? Like, there's hardly any champions in the game, apart from like legendaries, that can basically fulfill this role in the ways that they do, being Yumiko and Prince Kymar. And, you know, it's just so easy to do. And then when you think about the aura as well, with the speed by 30% in arena battles, if you don't want to use your Arbiter, for instance, you can simply use this and get the exact same value out of that aura. In terms of blessings, I have chosen to go for Intimidating Presence, which will strengthen the team's aura and weakens the enemy aura as well, which I felt like was very impactful. We've got an A1 that can place a poison debuff if it's critical, which many players might not be banking on. But I feel like it could have some use if maybe you're doing poison explosion teams, which is something I'm going to showcase today, and you might want the extra poison to be on the enemies, could definitely be utilized in that way. And then we've got the Abyssal Gaze, which attacks all enemies and removes all buffs, and then we'll place a sleep debuff for 1 turn. So whether that be he's the fastest in your team or just speed tuned to go after your fastest champion, like an Arbiter, you can basically strip all of those buffs, place a sleep, CC your opponents, and then gain the upper hand to get the rest of your champion skills out on time. So basically, one thing that I did want to touch upon is, we have got Polymorph in the game, right? Where's the Polymorph? Here we go. So it has a chance of placing a sheep debuff on an enemy champion for 2 turns whenever they place debuffs on this champion or remove steel buffs from them. So there's basically a lot of chances, if you've got a high accuracy build in accuracy, you know, to get sheeped. And he's going to turn into a sheep. He's not going to be able to do anything, and your resets might not happen when you want them to do it. So it's basically a gamble in the ways that I built him, because I've gone for the high accuracy build. Because I actually just risk it because I run him alongside a Yumiko. But each to their own in terms of how you want to build this. Also, I use him in the Doom Tower waves as well. So if I want to kind of strip some buffs from the targets, I'm able to do so with that A2 ability. So it's kind of away from Arena. It's still very valuable for me to have it. But of course, there is other ways that I've seen used in the past where you go like untouchable sets. If you head in here. Let me know if you guys use these kind of builds as well. Like if you've got a Prince Kymar or multiples, be sure to share what kind of builds that you got in the comment section below so viewers can, you know, go through and check out which one may be useful for them. But where's Untouchable? I believe it's a Doom Tower set, right? This one. I think it's from Scarab. From Scarab? I think so. It's got the little claws. But this basically gives you immunity for 2 turns to kind of counter like the Torments or those CC champions. And it also gives you that resistance plus 40. And then you can also, if you don't have that, there's that gear set you can farm in Immortal. Where's Immortal? Can't find it. But basically the same thing without resistance, right? Immortal sets. And then I've even seen some Stone Skin ones out there as well, which is actually pretty cool. Basically giving you Stone Skin at the start of each round as a chance of blocking removals or steals. So all viable ways. But obviously if you've only got one like myself, you might have to kind of pick and choose which one that you want to go for. And how that will basically look is, the way I've got my accuracy, it will basically be converted into the resistance there in terms of what you're focusing on. And depending on the team that you're using, can be very valuable. But what I've chose to do today is, or what I've always chose to do, was go for a perception set, which you can get from the Forge. And this gives you accuracy plus 40 and speed plus 5%. I have gone crit rate on the gauntlets, primarily for like if I'm facing Spirit Affinity, and I've got 85% crit rate anyway, there's still that 100% chance to be able to place that on the positive affinity, right? But yeah, speed here. But it was mainly for the speed in this one. And then we've got accuracy on the chest plate with speed. We've got speed on the boots, which I was praying that it was going to get like a glyph. Or not a glyph, an ascension piece to get this more speed. But it went into attack. We got accuracy with a triple roll of speed here. We got defense with some accuracy rolls. And then HP on the ring, just for some more survivability. Overall stats, 44,000 HP, 2.8k defense, 309 speed, which is like my sweet spot. If I have him too fast, he takes too many turns in my Doom Tower battles. If I have him too slow, he doesn't cut in an arena. And this was like the perfect space for my account of where he sits in the best possible place for all of my teams, as demonstrated in my Shoguns Grove team as well. Like, it's all kind of a determined speed tune for where I'm using it on my account. 88% crit rate, obviously 100% is better, but as I mentioned before, a lot of the content that I was facing was Spirit Affinity. Crit damage I don't really care about, and 600 plus accuracy, which I would love 700, but as I mentioned before, Yumiko got the treatment, right? Masteries. We have gone for the defensive tree, trying to get some counterattacks, you know, trying to get some sustainability for the arena all around the boards. And then we've gone for the support tree, heading down to Eagle Eye to get plus 50 accuracy on my particular build, which I felt like was very substantial in the places that I may need it, right? So yeah, that was the gear, the stats, and the masteries that I put on my Prince Kymar. Let's go into a few other areas of the game and, you know, showcase how I utilize mine. So here we go. I've actually got some flaws to do, so this is perfect. So this is the team that I always like to use with a double reset. And you can kind of replicate this with a Renegade as well. I've seen some variations. But how it basically works is, Yumiko or Prince Kymar will reset on wave 2. And then the other one will do it on wave 3. And then we will be able to get through this super quick. So we do a few floors here. So we go boom. A drop defense and weaken will come out. There we go. We get the increased attack on. All of the buffs. And then boom. Go into wave 2. Yumiko will reset. Drop defense and weaken. And boom. We got some bad RNG there. Just fine. Usually I just leave this on, you know, full battles complete mode. Wait for it to finish. And then Prince Kymar is going to come in now. Reset. Same kind of thing. And then we can reset again with the Yumiko. And then boom. And it's just really cool how they can kind of like reset each other and put them in a crazy place even for the PvP. I like to use it in a way where we keep resetting each other and we're getting so many infinite nukes out in the arena that it's just crazy to see. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to do some of that after this battle here. We'll do this one as well, I guess. Come through with the reset again with Yumiko. And this carries for all of the rotations, all of the floors, apart from the Rotos and Sify, I think. Like that one kind of messes me up sometimes and I have to think about my teams. But in the grand scheme of things, this works for all of them for me. So drop the fence and weaken. All right, we've got some counterattacks going on here. Who is that dude? And boom. And that's basically how the cookie crumbles. In terms of my presets for this, for anybody that is interested by some chance of replicating this team, what I did was we've got a Duchess, Lilith 2, going at 243 speed, 258 for my Lydia the Death Siren, a Yumiko. We've kind of locked this off, opener here and lock off here, first priority. And the same kind of thing with the Karma Burn with the first priority here, going at the slowest speed of the bunch. And then we got Prince Kymar, of course, as I demonstrated with the build beforehand. So I guess let's just head out of here. Faction Wars would be a very cool place, but unfortunately, unless you want to sit it for 6 days, can't really show it. But it'll be a very similar theme where we're resetting with stripping buffs, has a lot of value for the Faction Wars in terms of progression. Next up will be the dungeons, and I use them absolutely everywhere. Think about the Spider Stage 10. Let's go into this one first. It's a really cool team that I put together, including Ignatius, who has a non-resistible burn. We kind of open up here, which is where the speed tune's cool to make all of the spiderlings drop. Burns go out, we detonate with R-Tac, come through with the Blessed Bash of Newts, and then boom. Unfortunately, we got a Hex that got resisted on one of the spiderlings. That's completely fine, right? And then we're going to get the reset here, which is vital. We're going to strip the debuffs from the sleep with Mithrala Lifebane. Burns go out. Detonate, nukes goes through, and boom, 30 seconds. And I'm really happy with this team, as I don't have a second burn detonator, which could just make this without the Kymar in a sense. But being able to utilize him, you know, just another place that you could tick off the checkboard and puts in a lot of value. So boom, Bless Bash. Nice. We're going to come through the reset from Mr. Prince Kymar. And this will cycle every single time, no problems. And once again, I think it's actually a good idea. I'll show you how all of my builds are briefly in terms of speeds. So here we go, and boom. We don't even need the second and third here because Newt is an absolute monster. So really forming this team for me, right? Really forming this team for me. And of course, you could use Yumeko potentially, but what makes him very cool compared to Yumeko is he's got that 10-meter boost allowing us to cut in and reach those thresholds that we need so the spider doesn't come through and take another turn. So once again, 309 speed, we've got 274 Mithrala, 245 speed on Newt, Ignatius coming through at 272, and 251 on R-Tac, because his passive kind of like does all of that speed manipulation. So that's why I need my Ignatius faster, so R-Tac doesn't cut in, right? Next up would have been the Dragon's Lair. Unfortunately, I've changed the team, but I would usually have a Kymar when I was facing stage 24. Let's see if we can quickly put this team together, I guess. Can we just use the same one? I guess so, right? Let's try it. So we'll go recently used first, Prince Kymar. We do an opener. Actually, we just do like a don't use, right? We'll go don't use here. Round 2, opener. Opener, don't use. And then we just do a first choice here. And let's just see if it works. Like, it should work, right? It's stage 24. So we go, boom. I'm really hoping that this works now. Poison's going out from Corvus the Corruptor as well. It's not going to be completely fine. Well, it will be completely fine, but not completely speed tuned. All right, so we managed to one-shot it away. Perfect. We get a reset in. Boom, boom. Poisons go out from Edenaro. Poisons again. This is where for Poison Explosion teams, very valuable, right? Combust. And we're going to come through here. Hopefully we get some resets for Newt as well. Bless Bash, boom, boom, boom. Chunking them down. Decrease attack as well. We can get the block debuffs here as well. Weaken and Smite, perfect. More poisons, and this is where, like, if you really want to use his poisons for the dragon in particular, could definitely have some value, as we're kind of showcasing here, right? Poison should tick now. Resets. Bless Bash, boom, boom, boom. Poisons will tick as well. Combust. Smite, boom. So 1 minute and 8 seconds, a very cool team. We just put it together with the Kymar, and I'm pretty sure that many people would be happy with a time like this, right? And basically, this can be a Dark Hill, for instance, paired with like another Poisoner instead of Pythion. He's only there for the stage 10. The ways that I send it back with Yumiko, and then I cleanse everything from my targets so they don't die. And that's basically how that team would work. Presets once again. Same kind of theme, you know, with the Seal of Magic. Newt, we've just locked off the Blessed Bash, and then we're using it for the boss. Elenaru, opener, first priority on both of these skills here. Corvus the Corruptor, first priority second. Same here as well, and then whatever he wants to do. And then whichever champion that you use in that final slot. So that was Dragon. Let's take on the next piece of content, because he takes down absolutely everything, right? Stage 25. We could use a team like this. Oh no, I've messed up my presets. Do you know what? We'll show the value of him here. Who can we take out here? Ice Golem 25. We'll take out Allure and Newt. I'm not sure why they're in there. And we should be able to just do it. 3-man team. I'm pretty sure that I've showcased this team before. So Poison should go out. Boom. Extensions. Elenaru. Come through to the next cycle. Reset. Poisons. Poisons. Poisons again. Extension and Combust. And this is a 3-man Stage 25 team, guys. Very phenomenal, right? And then here, we're going to hopefully get another reset so we can get some more poisons out from Corvus the Corruptor, which also reduces damage. So, boom. Elenaru's going to die. Poisons go out. Extensions, reset. More poisons. He's going to die now. And then we're just basically going to solo with our solo champion, which could be like, some other ones I've used was Gerda Bog Brew. And there's very viable options for like the final stage, like Battle Kazar and stuff, right? And then one more tick here. From this boss. And it should be finished. We're just taking too many turns. And there we go. 1 minute on the button and completely shredded Ice Golem 25 with a team like this. And there's a very similar theme to the Dragon one as well. So no need to go for the presets there. Sun Devil's Necropolis could be utilized, I guess, if you want to do stage 7. I don't have that team set up, so I can't show it. But if you do want to like reset the skills, can be very valuable for farming the lesser potions. But I've just kind of moved over to just doing stage 24 since they increased the potion drops from that as well. We can go into that as well, but let's just go into the arena first. We'll end up with the final at the end. We'll refresh this page. We've kind of gone through all of these. So we can go through a team like this. Now, this is where I use like double reset. So we'll show a demonstration now. Put it on first priority so you guys can see what's happening. So we increase the cooldowns there. We place the sleep. Of course, Polymorph is the gamble. Come through our Nuka, which is still Ethelyn, by the way. Block active skills as well. If you don't manage to kill them, reset. Alright, please don't kill my Ethelyn. Oh, he died. Reset. And what we could do here is, if we wanted to, because he died, reset again. Then we can sleep again, take them all off, increase attack again, and we can just keep following the cycle until they're dead, pretty much. Like, there's not really much they can do here. Wake him up, we'll go for the extra turn, and this should be finished now. Boom, boom. I have some tanky Mashal there. We do usually have a Baron here, guys, but since we done the switch over to Ethelyn, I've not really put the gear back, so we're kind of left with him, right? We're left with him. Let's try another team like this. So boom, sleep, increase attack, hex if we need it, boom, boom, nearly finished. Active skills coming out from Evelyn the Golden. So Mithrala can do absolutely nothing but A1 skills. And this is why my Yumiko is always faster, so we can lock it out, right? Which is where most of my gear went onto her instead. We'll try another team here. Oh, this one could be a scary one. Could be a scary one. Reset, sleep. Hopefully we don't get counterattacked from anything else. But there's the polymorph. We sent it back. Oh, no. Reset. Oh, no. I was trying to get something out there. A reset. It's just my presets that I put on wrong with the Yumiko. Increase attack. There we go. This next turn should be the done deal. Boom. Oh, my God. Torment came back again. Wait, didn't he just die? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. Didn't he just die? I got no clue. I got no clue. This is basically how he's changed my account. But of course, if you want to, let me just find a less speedy team because I don't have the craziest speed to do something like this. Let's just say you wanted to do... I don't know. Let's just say Yumiko out. Just we'll leave him in the lead, I guess. By rank. Where's Arbiter? I'm not a big user of Arbiter at the moment, but I know that many players still use her, of course, for like the traditional strategy of like a Madame Ceres. Can we find Madame Ceres? There she is. Some of you guys are probably thinking, what's going on here, YSC, man? Do you even raid, bro? So increase attack. Sleep. Then you do like drop attack, drop defense. And what this is allowing you to do is, nobody can take any turn right now. We've done increase attack, we've cut in, we've done, you know, we placed this sleep now, so until they've taken their turn or they're woken up, they can't really do anything. Madame Ceres for the drop defense, and that opens the perfect opportunity for your nuker to come in and just absolutely melt their opponents. So that's like a traditional strategy that I've seen a lot of people using, especially when they're progressing or speed farming, right? And then if you're facing like a warlord, like I mentioned before, if you've got a high resistance one, enough to resist a Kymar, if he goes through and resists or tries to place it on everybody, everybody reduces their skill cooldowns, and then Kymar gets resisted, he can then reset all of those skills again, put you back into the fight, so you're not completely like destroyed there, right? And that's a really cool way to use that. Last but not, so we did Doom Tower, we did Clan Boss, Shoguns Grove, Arena. I guess the last place would just be something like the Finite, right? I've been messing around with teams, so it's not perfect. Do we even have a team? I think it was the one we just destroyed, right? Let's see once we get through the waves. Come on, we got this. Fingers crossed. Weaken coming out from Newt. Poison's coming out. Can we extend on time? Oh, this is all out of sync. If this wins, it's going to be a miracle. And boom. Reset the skills. Weaken goes out again. Not that we need it, but there we go. Lots of poisons. This is where it comes into effect for Poison Explosion, because there is a bunch of teams out there that's like, if you don't have the extra poison, it might not tick for you, right? So it's always nice to have that safety feature with the Prince Kymar. So here we're just going to crack the shield. I just need to see Newt coming with like a big smack. And there we go. A1's coming out from Enanaru. And boom, some termite control. Bless Bash, boom, boom, boom. No drop defense, but already chunking down the boss. And you can see where Prince Kymar once again comes into the team, placing poisons for Miss Elenaru to detonate. But yeah, guys, I guess that's going to be all for today's video and the ways that I've been using Prince Kymar over the time that I've had him. I would love to have a second one so I could build different kind of builds, right? If you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section below how you built yours or how you would build yours. And yeah, I'll catch you all on a video soon. Peace.